He's managed by former British and European champion Ryan Rhodes. Couldn't really get better advice in your corner from someone who's been there and done it. And that's great to see as we're ready to get underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our final contest of the evening. We're live from Skate Central in Sheffield on FightZone. Fight Academy proudly presents 6 rounds of action in the super lightweight division. Our timekeeper at the bell for this contest is Anthony Rushton. Our referee in the ring, Mark Downing, and scoring the contest from ringside is Reese Carter. Introducing our first boxer, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the white shorts with gold trim. On the scales, he weighed in 10 stone, 3 pounds and 9 ounces. This evening taking part in his 11th contest as a professional, from Peru, Oscar Robledo! And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent facing him across the ring and boxing out of the red corner, wearing the red shorts with white. On the scales, he weighed in 10 stone, 13 pounds and 12 ounces. He comes to the ring with a record of 9 wins and 2 losses. He has 2 big wins by way of knockout. From Doncaster, Hughie Wilson.
You both know the rules. Good clean fight.
So Hughie Wilson in the red, black and white shorts, and Oscar Robledo, the Peruvian, in the white and gold shorts. 34 years old is Robledo. Of his 3 fights this year, he's had 2 losses. 1 on points and 1 was a stoppage, and he got that win in May, where he stopped Diego Caballos in Antofagasta in Chile. So from Chile to Sheffield, how many sports can say that, Max? All over the world.
Yeah.
Backed up to the ropes already, Robledo. Those angel wings tattooed on his back, pressed up against the ropes as Wilson stabbing out that jab. And we mentioned before, he lost here in July to Billy Pickles in that 10-rounder. Really popular around these parts is Billy Pickles. And he's got rounds in with 2-time English champion Reece Mould last month, so that certainly will have stood him in good stead. And quality sparring is a huge plus point, Max, isn't it, at any stage of your career?
Yeah, I mean, Hughes, I think he's going to have, like, you know, obviously have this as confidence and get out after Billy Pickles, and he didn't do nothing bad against Billy. He just gets a seasoned fighter.
It was a close one, wasn't it? I mean, it was a split decision, and he landed some quality shots of his own. Certainly had a few decent ones for the highlight reel, Max, on that evening, didn't he? But he's pushing Robledo back here when he gets the opportunity to do so. Went to the Ingalls gym, aged 8, did Hughie Wilson, with his dad, and vividly remembers that first visit. For some, it takes a while to decide if this is the sport for them. For others, they're smitten straight away. And that was the case for Hughie Wilson. And here he is in Sheffield, his 12th professional contest. Little flurry there. And Robledo just tucking up. Trained by Steve Netz at the Box Southpaw gym in Sheffield. And again, managed by former British and European champion Ryan Rhodes. And that sort of mentorship also standing in really good stead, Max.
Yeah, having someone like Ryan Rhodes in your corner and being managed and, you know, trained by, fantastic. And we're just seeing a bit of that nice little hook by Hughie Wilson.
He got some real leverage on that, didn't he? Worked it to the body and then upstairs as well. Robledo, though, not flustered at all, really composed. Doesn't have great feet, the man from Peru. He's 34 years old though, remember. 25 Wilson, so 9 years his junior.
But I like that nice little pivot off by Hughie Wilson then. Just you know, give him that space back in the ring.
A decent opening round for Hughie Wilson. Robledo not really flustered at any point. Not got a great deal of experience, Robledo, but not as a professional anyways. You can see him just taking instructions in the corner there. Nice and relaxed. This one's scheduled for 6 threes.
I feel Hughie Wilson just feeling himself. I mean, it's always tough after a loss like he did in fashion, in a split decision. It is always tough. I mean, personally, I disagreed with the split decision because I thought Billy Pickers won it, but he did very well in that fight. And having the first time out after a loss like that, it's critical to just get back into it like he is. And he's feeling his way into it, so he's doing the right thing. Nice jab there.
Just a little nod of acknowledgement from Robledo as well. This is just offering a little recognition to his younger opponent, who'll be hungry and driven to succeed. And Robledo there to teach him a few lessons and show him the ropes, so to speak.
Nice body shot by Hughie Wilson there.
Help him build up the rounds. Wilson just pinning Robledo back. Good work from Wilson. That backhand and then followed up with the lead hand as well. Took them well though, Robledo.
Nice 1-2. Nice double jab by Wilson as well. That's underrated as well, isn't it, Stacey? A double jab and following it with a backhand. Not a lot of boxers do it. It's rare to see, even in sort of a youngster like Wilson. Really nice.
Does look unsteady on his feet at times, Robledo, doesn't he? Tends to cross his feet when he's moving laterally as well. He's just trying to elicit some sort of response from Robledo. He's feinting with that front foot to try and draw something. That's what creates the openings, but Robledo not offering anything.
I just feel Hughie, like he's doing now, I feel he can just cut off the ring a little bit better and just keep him there.
And again, it's as we've talked about a couple of occasions this evening, Max, is just trying to change the tempo here and there, increase the pressure and then control the pace, and then increase the pressure and change the angles, vary your shots. It gives you the chance to showcase all of your skill set, doesn't it? But also helps you break down your opponent and find a way through.
Yeah. I think Wilson's just steadily going up, inclining, and I just want like these lovely shot.
He's not really been uncomfortable at all, Robledo, has he? But no. That's not to say it hasn't been decent work from Wilson, because it has.
Exactly. And like we just said, there's a snippets where Wilson does some really good work. And to be honest, I just want to see more of that and just steadily put on the pressure. And a bit more intensity, because he's got it there and he's got it in his locker. He's well aware of it. Saw it in the Billy Pickles fight a few times. So he's there again. Another fight we're seeing where the stoppage could be potentially there if he wants to do it. It's just taking that little risk. As we see on the replay, nice body shot and going back up with the hook. And you know, Wilson's good at that. He does his wild stuff on the inside, and especially when he's sat on the rope. So let's see Wilson do more of that and more volume of that, and that's what I want to see from him.
Scheduled for 6 threes here, Hughie Wilson and Oscar Robledo. Round 3. Max said he had a sense that Wilson is just starting to up the tempo bit by bit. A little bit like on an oven, just gradually increasing the temperature.
Yeah, nice work by Hughie
with
Wilson
the aim
there.
being to make it too hot eventually for your opponent.
Nice
A
work.
nice change of the angle there from Wilson.
Wilson's starting to look busier now.
Predominantly straight shots so far from Wilson. Not a great deal of head movement from Robledo, Max, and we've seen in a couple of contests this evening lots and lots of head movement and real elusive defensive work from some of the away fighters. Not so much seeing that from Robledo, are we? He tends to rely on his gloves to take and absorb the shots coming from Wilson.
Yeah, I think he's happy to sit on the back foot, but if Wilson just forces it and see if he can open up, he's not giving too much away, keeping that guard nice and tight.
There's a little nick to the left eye of Hughie Wilson. Just beneath his eye. And it shouldn't be too much of a problem, provided it doesn't open up anymore, because there's no blood going to be running into his eye since it's below the eye, but still, he won't want that to open up anymore, otherwise it could be problematic. Is blood coming from it now, though, just beneath the left eye of Wilson. And that seems to have given Robledo a little bit of incentive to start throwing some leather at the man from Doncaster. Oh, it's a lovely shot from Wilson there. And he fell short, Robledo. And he timed it really well, Wilson, and walked him right onto that one. That was quality timing from Hughie. Yeah, it's a tiny nick, that, isn't it? But you certainly don't want them to become any bigger, that's for sure, and open up any further.
He's protecting that with his elbow up then.
Oh, a great left hook from Hughie Wilson. Drops Robledo to the canvas. Goodness me, what a shot that was, and he felt the full force, still unsteady on his legs, the man from Peru. And he will be very relieved that that was just on the bell, because that was some shot. Came right at the end of the round, so I'm not sure if we'll have a replay of that one or not, but goodness me, Max, that was a huge shot, wasn't it?
We'll see it now. I think it was just after the...
You can see this has been coming, and here it is. Just comes right over the top with that left hook.
Lovely hook.
What a shot that was. And his legs gave way beneath Robledo. A little smile from Robledo to say, yeah, I know, it was my mistake. But he'll be certainly wary now. He knows that Wilson has power. He's been tucking up well, has Robledo, but left himself open there and paid the price. Wilson, though, maintaining his composure, not getting carried away. He's trying to set his shots up, stepping in. Nice stiff jab.
I think Wilson's just been, you know, conservative with his, like, you know, his jabs, not wasteful, and just picking it and seeing the right opportunity, not rushing, and I like this.
He does tend to move to his right, Robledo, as well, doesn't he? Onto Wilson's backhand, and that, in the end, wasn't the weapon of choice, was it?
No.
It was that lead hook, and it was really well placed. And as I've been saying, he's a little unsteady on his feet, Robledo, and he does tend to cross his feet, and that's where he's vulnerable sometimes in those exchanges, because that foundation and that base doesn't have his feet beneath him. That's where, when you get caught and hit the canvas, that's a real frantic exchange between the two of them there. Robledo, just a big, deep breath, ready to go again. There's a long way to go still in this one. Minute 10 of the fourth, and then we've got the fifth and sixth, should it go the distance. So plenty of time for Wilson just to try and exploit one of those openings again. That's good work from him, just slipping that jab from Robledo.
Robledo's just trying to make it a little bit scrappy now.
Well, sometimes those little tricks, Max, involve just rubbing your head up against a put of an opponent.
That's what he's trying to do on his left eye.
You can see the bruising coming out. He's going to have a real shiner tomorrow, is Wilson, but he'll care a lot less about that if that happens to have occurred en route to a win. You feel a lot worse when you're marked up and you lose.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Final 10 in this fourth round. There's a good little spell for Wilson again there, some real heavy leather being landed. He takes a big deep breath before taking to his stool. And looking really relaxed, Robledo now, and looks like he's gathered himself again, Max.
I think Wilson is just being a little bit, you know, economical with his punches. But when he does these attacks, these volumes of, you know, clusters, I really like to see. And I want to see more of them now. And, you know,
they're proving difficult for Robledo to defend, aren't they? Because there's some real firepower coming at him. And Robledo doesn't tend to move his head much. So once he puts those shots together, even if he throws 5, 3 of them are landing because his head really doesn't move that much.
Yeah.
Taking a lot of punishment.
Yeah, and you're seeing now, you know, after that knockdown, he's respecting that power, and he's a little bit more on his bike a little bit. So let's see if we see more clusters by Wilson now.
Penultimate round, our final contest of the evening here at Skate Central in Sheffield. Another great night of boxing on FightZone TV. Another brilliant opportunity for these fighters to showcase what they can do, develop and learn in this phase of their careers. Thoroughly enjoyed by the crowd in here as well.
We're just seeing there this double jab by Hughie, and a nice right hand there. You know, but I just want to see this double jab a little bit more. I think he's underrated.
It's good front foot pressure, this, from Wilson, because although he's not always throwing, he's always right in front of Robledo, applying pressure with his feet, and Robledo having to stay switched on the entire time. And when he gets the chance, Wilson doesn't need an invitation, does he? Lets his hands go. Got that sharp stinging power, hasn't he? Whips those shots in.
I like the variation there by Wilson. So it's just spoiling the work of Hugh Wilson now with Robledo. He's trying to get through this round, which is not trying to get these shots off and just tying him up.
He's feinting with that front foot, Wilson, just trying to draw something from Robledo. Backhand makes its way through the guard. Snapping the head back of Robledo, and there's some of that head movement. We haven't seen much of that from him, Max.
No, but when he does it, he does stay out of harm's way, and he's got dynamite in his gloves, Wilson. He has stopped people, and you know he's not he's not shy of trying to do a stoppage.
Yeah, he's had 2 stoppages from his 9 wins. Sure, he'd be delighted to add a 3rd, but if the stoppage doesn't come, he can be well pleased with his night's work here. Cam Wilson, should it continue in this vein, and a solid performance and a knockdown to add the cherry on top for the 25-year-old.
Referee just telling off Robledo there. He wants to have to.
Just shuffles to get behind the referee.
He's just spoiling a bit.
We don't mind a bit of that, do we? It's entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah. Robledo just complaining, back of the head.
Well, he's certainly done well to gather himself, as Robledo, because it was a big knockdown that. And you could see his legs really went from beneath him.
Yeah.
Right at the end of the round. In the last couple of rounds, he's rallied, hasn't he? And he's come through it well. And here he is, about to enter the final round. And you might not have thought that after that knockdown. So that's huge credit to him.
I think with Hughie, he's just not rushing his work. He's just being just. Some fighters, they won't go for it, and some do and some don't, right? And with Hughie, and I think this is his first fight back, he's not rushing his work, and as we can see, there's a cut. There's a bit of a work doing by the cut man in the
yeah,
corner
it's not
there.
too bad, that cut at all. It's just a tiny nick. Might come up as a bit of a shiner tomorrow, but they've made sure that it doesn't get any worse. And Hughie Wilson, to be fair to him as well, has made sure that he doesn't take any more damage to that little nick, and it didn't become a problem. Final round then. Touch of gloves, and we're underway.
Nice body shot by Wilson there. He's putting some like spin in this now.
Taking a fair amount of punishment, has Robledo. And there again, just trying to rely on his reflexes, and goodness me, Wilson now rallying the crowd, trying to get them behind him. It's a good sequence of shots, and accurate as well, landing to body and head from Wilson as he pressed Robledo into the corner, as again he's asking for them to get behind him, and they've responded, the crowd, they're chanting his name. Robledo willing to take a risk, because at times, as I say, not tucking up and trying to rely on his reflexes, but got caught with a couple from Wilson so far in this opening minute. Oh, big overhand there, and
Just clipped him, did not flush.
it could have been a real lights out job, that, couldn't it? But a bit more of a clipping shot, as you say, Max, instead.
Yeah, I think.
But it's a warning sign for Robledo, as if he needed another. Certainly had one already being dropped previously from that left hook of Wilson. But another little warning fired there.
A heavy drop as well, that was.
Certainly one for the highlight reel. Just over a minute remaining in this 6th and final round then. Nice jab from Wilson. Goes to work again, slams the backhand into the body of Robledo. Robledo now on his bike, just trying to see the round out, and Wilson just on him like a rash there, not giving him a second to breathe. Looking a little weathered now, the 34-year-old from Peru. And he's got a hungry, game 25-year-old from Doncaster in front of him. shows no sign of taking his foot off the gas as he again pushes him back into that neutral corner. Wilson just stepping forward again, encouraging the crowd to get behind him. And he gives them something to cheer about. A final flurry there in the 6th and final round from Hughie Wilson to cap off a really good performance and a knockdown to boot as well, Max.
Yeah, brilliant. It's a good, decent performance by Wilson. It's just what you need after coming off a loss like he has, and this will give him massive confidence. Bit more work probably, but the thing is, it was just all round professional. You know, he upped it round by round, punches in bunches, and Wilson, I mean, he's got dynamite in those gloves. We should have seen that just now.
So a tough night's work for the man from Peru, Oscar Robledo. But Hughie Wilson, the 25-year-old from just down the road in Doncaster. A really good performance from the man they call Hughie. Let's get our official announcement for our MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, could we please have a big round of applause for both of our boxers. After 6 rounds of action, we go to restart the scorecard, which reads 60 points to 53 in favour of your winner, from Doncaster, Hughie Wilson.
Really good win then for Hughie Wilson.